Hey, this is Jeff, and this is the Rewind Theater for Lords of Shadow, Konami's reboot of the Castlevania franchise with Kojima Productions and Mercury's team, who've worked on Scrapland and Jericho. Now, if you're expecting some of the connections between the previous Castlevania games, forget it, because these are completely new characters and a completely new storyline. But right now, what I want to do is pause it really quickly, because you're going to get your first glimpse right here of Gabriel. He's the main character of the story. And as you can see right now, in his hands is what's going to be called the combat cross. We're going to get into a few details a little bit later on in the trailer about what this cross can do, but let's just say that it's a very, very versatile weapon. So as you can see, Lords of Shadow is actually packed with a star-studded cast. Robert Carlyle is voicing Gabriel. He's going to give you the first words of the character himself as you see this werewolf in the background who's going to feature rather prominently in this entire trailer.
Marie was murdered not 2 days ago by the evil that roams
It's kind of interesting primarily because you're getting a sense not only of the character himself, but also what's going on within the world. The other interesting thing primarily about this setting of doom and dread within the entire world is that you're getting a larger sense, especially as you see Gabriel walking through this landscape, that the world has changed. There's a lot of different environments that he's going to have to fight his way through, but also different possible characters he'll meet. As you can see, Jason Isaacs, who was Malfoy in a lot of the Harry Potter movies, pops up, and he's going to play a key role. And similarly, Natasha McElhone from Ronin or Californication plays a very, very important part within Gabriel's life because she's his wife, the person that he couldn't actually save in the earlier part of this trailer.
questionable things.
Now, here we're actually starting to get into some gameplay, and I'm going to hold on to this for a second because it's very, very important. You're not only seeing the combat cross in action for the first time, so you can see that it has the ability to set itself on fire, but you're seeing some of the various creatures that Gabriel's going to be fighting. You're also going to see the werewolf come back and attack him, which seems to be a very, very serious opponent within this trailer itself. In fact, it's kind of strange because unlike the earlier Castlevania games, you don't really see any vampires popping up at all within this trailer. You only see this werewolf constantly pop up. So maybe it's a key factor. Another section that you wind up seeing within this trailer, and I'm going to rewind to this one section, is that Gabriel can also use separate weapons. He's not solely bound by the cross. Here he's using a mallet to kill a troll, which seems to add to his versatility. And as you roll through some of these different environments, especially as we start to come up on this later scene, you're going to get a sense of scale. Like, I want to pause it right here, primarily because you really get a sense that Gabriel is going to be alone in this world, and it's going to be a lot of different environments, but he's also going to be facing a lot of towering beasts. I mean, you saw the werewolf and how large it was versus some of the smaller characters. But then as we start to get into this section, this golem, this ice golem looking creature, is easily towering above him by, a couple of stories, and he's going to have to fight that. You also see, as we go a little bit further on, that he's basically fighting a couple of different other creatures. He's riding on horseback. He's fighting spiders and different other beasts. And this part right here, I want to stop in specifically because it kind of evokes a Shadow of the Colossus feeling, probably because some of these creatures are going to be so large and have such scale that he's really going to have to figure out ways within the environment and even climbing atop them to figure out a way to kill them. So even though you've seen like a large amount of action, all of a sudden we start to get into this one section right here, and I'm going to pause it really quickly because this mask is kind of mysterious. This was something that was shown on the teaser website for the site itself, but it plays into something that's very key, and I want you to listen to this.
Powerful device.
Can it really bring the dead back?
Now, basically what happened is that Gabriel's wife is essentially a ghost. She's trapped between the world of the living and the dead, and she's advising Gabriel. But of course, because the mask supposedly has all these powers, it possibly has the way to bring her back, maybe give her a second chance, maybe even give Gabriel a chance of redemption for saving his wife, which he couldn't do the first time. That could be a very, very key section, especially because it plays into maybe making the series all over again, giving it a rebirth, things like that.
Don't you see, Gabriel? You can bring her back.
So that's a quick look at the Lords of Shadow trailer. We're really excited about it, but if you need more details, make sure you check out IGN.com.